let's go back to this chess game. Chess, to make a long story short, is about white king, checkmate black king. The reason that I say it is that if white always moves first, it's not sufficient to say that the game of chess is about checkmating the king. White is making the aggressive or the offensive attack. So the game has to be about what? White king checkmating black king, right? So this is the same thing as white genetic survival. The war for white genetic survival. Okay, on this side of the board, they say, well, we have produced people who didn't get enough lap time, and we have made them sex obsessed. So now, and then our Secretary of Agriculture, Mr. Butts, already announced, all black people want is tight pussy, loose shoes, and a warm place to piss. Is everybody familiar with the fact that he said that? Okay. So they knew that we were sex machines, and even James Brown said, get on up, sex machine, and we get up, right? Okay. So they know what they're doing. They said, well now, right, this will be a perfect strategy. We will make a biological warfare weapon that is sexually transmitted. They are so sex obsessed that they'll be saying, I gotta have some, I don't care. I'm not using no condom. Do you all understand? See, they make us, and then they make the weapon to destroy what they've made. But then I found out, through a little book that I found in 1987, that was published in 1969. It was a book done by some people in Britain called A Survey of Chemical and Biological Warfare. And in that book, God led me to the little bookstore, led me to turn immediately upon opening the book to the page that discussed vervet monkey disease. Vervet is Latin for green. You know that green monkey they say was in Africa and started the whole thing? That was a lie. But the vervet monkey disease that this book talked about is described in this way. A disease unlike any other organism, unaffected by any antibiotic substances known, can become an infectious disease in man, can be transmitted venereally, that means sexually, candidate for biological warfare. Do you understand? The book was published in 1969. When I mention it to people in New York, go to the publisher, get as many copies as you can. I understand that they were told 1 copy per person, then people had to sign their names to get copies, and now you can't get the book. Do you understand? Warfare. Under the 8th area of activity, that's cocaine, crack, marijuana, ice, or whatever they're going to invent next. Do you see? Just like under sex and war, they're going to put out a new virus called Ebola, E-B-O-L-A. And we're supposed to believe, oh, this is another virus out of Africa. Oh, just imagine, another monkey is making this virus. Right. Don't you believe it? Every time another virus comes out, you say biological warfare. Just like the Tuskegee syphilis experiment that ran from 1932 to 1972. The Center for Disease Control in Atlanta and the U.S. Public Health Service, the 2 groups that are now running the AIDS virus campaign, gave black people, meaning allowed black men who were diagnosed as having syphilis, to believe that they were going to a clinic to be treated for syphilis, and they were not being treated, and so therefore they went home and passed syphilis on to their families. They died of it, as well as some members of their family. That went on for 40 years. You see, so if anybody comes, well, are you talking about a conspiracy, Dr. Wilson? See, I don't say it's a conspiracy, I just say it's a plan. It's an aspect of the plan for white genetic survival.